Run it back.
Ready?
Keep it light.
There's so many out there, you just don't know.
Which ones to watch and when to say no. That's why Ryan and
Andrew
watch so you don't have to.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Watch. So you don't have to. Starring Ryan Webb.
And let's dive right in. On this podcast, we talk about
And Andrew Price. What do we do on this podcast, Ryan?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Andrew. And without interrupting at all, which is my favorite. We watched 9 Lives. Brand new movie.
Count 'em, 9 lives.
If you didn't know already, that's a reference to Cats, the popular household domesticated pet akin to the lion. Cats.
Why is it that cats have 9 lives, whereas every other living species on this planet has 1 life?
No, it's been debated for a long time now. I don't think anyone has that answer.
I would say if they had 2 or 3 lives, that's incredible.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would be fine with that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I would be very reckless with my first, moderate to reckless with my second, and pretty conservative with my third.
Super safe on the third.
Yeah, like play it really cool.
What about 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8?
Oh, I thought we were going with the 2 to 3.
No.
Oh, the 9?
9 lives.
Then
imagine that. Being a cat. Imagine being a cat for a second.
Can I change my
9.
answer?
Sure.
I would be reckless with 8 of them. But that last one...
You would get progressively more and more conservative? Or would you just be reckless for all 8 and then go all conservative for 9? I mean, this is a decision cats have to go through on a day-to-day basis. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're really getting inside the head.
It's not a trivial question. I mean,
let me
cats ask themselves this every day.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Let me add, this is important because the main character of this movie is a cat. So I think this is important for us to kind of get in the head a little bit of the main character. I think you go, reckless, but then when you have that first moment of, oh, I jumped off that rooftop after the bird landed, didn't make it, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
Now you're like,
you'd be like, meow, that hurt.
well, hold on, meow. We don't want to work puns in that early. Should we actually pause for sponsors?
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to Boda Box.
Oh yeah.
We watched a cat movie. I don't know. It just felt right to drink a little bit of fine wine. So, Boda Box. We're currently drinking the 2014 Malbec. Malbec? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. You got it. Here's a little soundbite.
Yep, that's the soundbite that
that people want to hear.
That Boda Box never asked for. Also, I should mention that Boda Box is not an official sponsor per se, and that they have not
yet.
Yeah, they have not endorsed. At the time of recording, they have not endorsed or paid us for
Once
this.
they understand our reach and our audience,
sure,
they're
Sure.
gonna jump on board.
Later on, yeah, definitely. Anyways, okay, let's jump into this movie, right?
Dude, yeah. 9 Lives. It's about Kevin Spacey becomes a cat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's not it. It's a very... I would argue it's a very complex...
There's a lot of things that happen leading up to that.
And after it.
Sure.
You made it sound like the ending is that he turns into a cat. No, it's at the very beginning, almost.
Yeah.
Should I give a summary?
Yeah, why don't... Yeah, sure. If you want.
I don't want to, but I feel like the listeners need it. Let's leave it up to them.
Okay.
Press
call in.
Press A on your clicker if you want a summary. Press B if you don't care for summary. And press C if you want to hear us do something else entirely.
I like that.
It's kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos when they would vote for the winner.
Yeah. All those people had those buttons on their chair.
And they were so excited to vote, right?
And Bob Saget was like, it doesn't matter what you people are doing. We actually can't even track it.
Yeah, he's like, I am your god.
Yeah, I have the cue card right here.
Yeah, totally. You're right, dude.
It's option C.
Okay.
Every time.
So let's go with option A then. Let's do the same thing Bob Saget would.
Sure.
Okay. Quick summary.
Yeah. It's about Tom Brand.
Yep. Powerhouse businessman.
Big shot. Corporate executive.
Billionaire.
Donald Trump-esque
Ooh.
guy, I would say. Let's get political.
Yeah, let's not get political.
Let's not get political.
He also doesn't have a lot of the qualities that Donald Trump has, other than that he's a rich billionaire trying to build the biggest building.
Sure. He's trying to build the world's tallest skyscraper. That's his main endeavor, right?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to split hairs here, but they did say North America's tallest building. North America's tallest building.
So what is currently North... They're competing with the Sears Tower.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny that as a movie, you're like, why not shoot for the highest? You know what I mean? It's a movie.
I know. They're like, it's the biggest, but in North America.
It's like, who cares? It's a movie.
It's the biggest here. Yeah,
it's a movie about a talking cat. Say that you're building the biggest building. No one gives a shit, you know? Like, do that instead of being like,
they don't want to offend anybody, you know?
I guess. People with the tallest
They're
building.
trying to reach an international audience.
Are they? Yeah, probably. Actually.
I don't know. Perhaps.
Well, the production company is French, so you're probably right. You're probably right. There's some sort of
important.
We've stumbled onto some geopolitical stuff here.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And so, yeah, so what happens here? So Kevin Spacey, he's super rich. He's like this huge, famous, like, entrepreneur, like, figure, corporate executive. And he has a lot of problems, like, with his family as far as, like, he's not spending a lot of time with them. Like, his daughter is about to turn 5. And do you remember he's actually having meetings with all these people, all these, like, stakeholders, and he's like, what do I get my daughter for her birthday? And they're doing all this, like, research, like, R&D stuff. And they're like, well, sir, I think she wants a cat. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I think
he
said
that she wanted a cat, and then they
come back and they're like, I'm pretty sure she wants it. Just get her a cat then.
Yeah.
And so, against his will, he does not want to get a cat. He decides, all right, I'm gonna go and get a cat for my daughter, right? And so he hops on his smartphone, jumps in his fucking Lexus Lamborghini ripoff. Do you remember that? Every car in this movie was a Lexus.
Actually, now's a really great time to pause for our sponsor, Lexus. The car that you drive.
I thought you were going to say, like, making rip-off Lamborghinis since...
No. That would be disparaging to our sponsor.
Yeah.
Making
quality luxury cars, hence the name Lexus.
Is that what it is?
Lexus.
I don't know. I'm not sure how much you're making up there and how much you actually know, but I'm going to go with it.
Lexus, the luxury car.
Do you think that's why they named it that? All right.
I mean, I thought maybe it was like a play off of letters or something, but maybe not.
Well, they are all in this movie. It's in your face constantly.
Yeah.
They paid for...
Lexus paid for this movie.
They paid for this movie.
Yeah. So, anyways, Tom Brand, a.k.a. Kevin Spacey, goes to the cat store. What's it called? Mr. Perkins?
I think you're thinking of a pet store.
Mr. Perkins. Oh, not a cat. No, but they sold explicitly cats.
No, they had all kinds of animals in there, dude.
I mean, do you mean different breeds of cats?
No.
There were only cats there.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Mr. Perkins, like, what other animal purrs?
A parakeet?
Okay, you got me there.
Yeah, dude.
That was actually...
I know, I was scrambling.
That was incredible.
I was scrambling.
So he walks into this cat pet store where there may or may not be a parakeet. And Christopher Walken walks out as the owner. He's like, do Christopher Walken. How can I help you?
Oh, no, you nailed it. That was... Whoa, is that Christopher Walken here? How can I help you? It's a me, Christopher Walken.
You nailed the impression.
Yeah, no, that's him.
So Kevin Spacey's like, listen, I don't have time. I got to go to this meeting. I got to go to this rooftop for this important meeting. Give me a cat. And Christopher Walken says, the cat doesn't pick... I fucked it up. He says, you don't pick the cat. The cat picks you. And then all of a sudden, he makes eye contact with this crazy cat in this cage. And he goes, all right, I'm going to take that one. And then he walks out with the cat, goes to his important meeting in his office building on the rooftop, has this meeting with this Ian guy.
What's his last name?
Cox. He's trying to take over the company or whatever. There's some friction there, you could tell. And so he meets on the rooftop. Kevin Spacey has a cat in hand. And Ian's like saying, listen, we can't build the world's tallest skyscraper. I'm sorry, we can't do it. They get into this altercation. Long story short, Ian pushes him off the roof.
No, he slips and then says, give me your hand, or pull me up, and then Ian doesn't.
It was kind of like that scene in Lion King when Scar and Mufasa, and Scar is like...
It's kind of exactly like that. In
Yeah.
fact...
He's
I don't know if you know this.
Your hands.
I don't know if you know this or not, but this was a cat movie, and technically, Lion King was a cat movie. So
They're of the cat.
Yet another example
family.
where this movie is a total ripoff of a different movie.
Of Lion King.
I have like six answers to movies that this movie is ripping off. But go ahead. We'll get into it. As soon as you're done with the summary.
It's totally unoriginal. That's for sure. So Kevin Spacey falls off the roof. Ryan's just... We'll pause for our sponsor, Bodabox. Bodabox, making great wine since 2016.
No, they've been making great wine for...
Oh, this is the 2014.
Yeah, this is 2014. I was hoping I could find an actual, incorporated year. Okay, go ahead. I believe you were...
And so, Kevin Spacey...
1/8 of the way through the movie.
You'd figure he dies, right? But he doesn't. He slips into a coma. And then he becomes the cat. And that's really what this movie is about. In the world's longest summary.
You cut it off. You cut it off because of me. Keep going.
Mm-mm. I'll go from here.
No, finish it out.
Oh. Throw me a bone. You take on this part.
Throw me a bone's really more of a dog term.
Throw me some catnip and help me out here.
You were in the flow, dude. Keep going.
So, anyways, Kevin Spacey wakes up in the hospital, only he's not Kevin Spacey. He's Mr. Fuzzy Pants.
I wish we had a dun dun dun.
Oh, yeah. That would have been great for right here.
Wait.
And so he's trying to talk. He's trying to explain to his wife, hey, I'm trapped in this cat body. Help me out. Only nobody can really hear him
He also takes it really, really in stride.
Sure.
Don't you think? Like,
well,
that's not really how it would go. Like, if you woke up in a cat body, like, I also can I start talking about the movie, or are we still summarizing?
We're still summarizing a little bit, but we'll talk about the movie.
I
think there's enough context here. You guys understand where we're at. Hopefully.
So the only thing that they know, it's a movie starring Kevin Spacey, who turns into a cat, and there's Christopher Walken, and then we just go.
Yes. Dude, nobody's expecting... Nobody gives a shit about any of the characters, dude.
You certainly don't.
Or any of that stuff. Listen, we're at the hospital. Kevin Spacey wakes up. He's the cat. He sees his body in a coma. And he looks around. He's like, wait a minute. I'm not inside of my body. He looks down. He sees a patch of fur. And he goes, I'm the goddamn cat. And then all of a sudden...
I do have to jump in. Okay, go ahead.
All of a sudden, Christopher Walken, the pet owner, walks in and he says, you know, I put a curse on you. And Kevin Spacey says, what? Christopher Walken goes,
this is a different movie.
You need to spend more time with your effing family and quit being such a jackass. And so when you turn your act around, you can transport back into your normal body. But in the meantime, you're trapped as Mr. Fuzzy Pants, the cat.
He was actually a little more threatening than that. He was like, if you don't hurry it up and figure out a way to get back in your body, that body's going to die and you're going to be stuck as a cat. But similar kind of vibe. I do like the dark tone you kind of put on that, but that's the general gist.
That was how I interpreted it.
It actually did have a lot of... Really? It got really dark towards the end.
It was kind of fucked up. Being a PG movie, it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, surprisingly so. In fact, the our fellow audience members in the theater, consisting of a dad and his kid, and a mom and his kid, and
yeah, that one mom who was actually a dad.
Yeah, she really faked us out.
Remember the scene where they were bathing Mr. Fuzzy Pants after Kevin Spacey became Mr. Fuzzy Pants, and he was sopping wet, and the cat was totally unhappy. And then the mom/dad behind us, a couple rows behind us, was like, "Oh, it's funny because cats hate water." I wanted to stand up and be like, "You shut the fuck up."
Oh, dude, that was so good.
You don't know what you're talking about. This movie is ridiculous.
You should have been like, you have no idea how Kevin Spacey feels about baths. No, but
it's Kevin Spacey taking a bath, not the cat.
That would have been good. Well, that was so perfect because we were dumbfounded with the movie because it was even dumber than we thought.
Sure.
And when there's literally a theater that's completely empty and the only people there are a child that's talking nonstop to their parent, I can't even be mad because it's like, yeah, this is garbage. You're a parent that's tired. You take the kid there because you're exhausted and you want to try and zone out for, 87 minutes.
Or you morbidly enjoy it.
Or you're like that particular individual who really identifies with cats and is able to explain to the entire theater audience that it's funny because the cat doesn't like getting baths. I'm surprised she didn't explain other cat-like themes to us.
I'm glad she explained. I should have been like, thanks, I was wondering what that scene was about. But now that you explained it, now I get it.
Yeah, we should have given some sort of reinforcement to keep them coming.
It probably would have freaked her out if we said anything. She would have been like, you guys are two dudes watching this movie. Explain that. And then we would have been like, ugh.
Explain your Thursday.
We got nothing. So anyways, Mr. Fuzzy Pants / Kevin Spacey leaves the hospital and goes back home to try and lead a normal life. Only his first night at the house, he's trying to communicate, hey, I'm not really a cat. I'm Kevin Spacey. I'm the husband. Hello, Tom Brand. And so he tries to, like, write all these messages. And, Ryan, do you remember, like, some of the stuff that he tried to do?
Well, he tries to write his name because it's his office. He's a billionaire. He's got a badass house. And he's got an office. It's like there's books, there's a globe, there's a badass desk. So he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to pop up on my desk and I'm going to write my name. He's kind of handling this very cavalierly, his transition into a cat, in that he sort of feels like he can beat this and it's no big deal. And so it's probably the best scene in the movie, actually, when he...
Can I play the song that plays, like, while he's trying to figure all this stuff out? So imagine this. Mr. Fuzzy Pants is in his office, Kevin Spacey's office, and he takes his iPad and he's fumbling with the iPad trying to turn it on. Only he's got cat paws, so it doesn't come as easy as he thinks. And he goes, ironically, I could use a mouse right now. He also takes a ball of yarn and he's playing with it. And Jennifer Garner is like, oh, this cat's very playful. Only he tries to spell out Tom, but it doesn't work. What else happens, Ryan?
I think that's the moment when he finally decides to turn on the family that's kept him for this long. And he walks and takes his mark, and then slowly creeps in and attacks. And it's not good. They wish he hadn't, but that's Mr. Fuzzy Pants for you. And after that, he goes out. Because he's Mr. Fuzzy Pants. You know?
Sure.
And he's loaded. He's loaded on old scotch and cigars.
Oh, yeah. He pours some whiskey into his kitty cat bowl. He's like, I'm going to take a sip of this.
Goes down to the local bar. And that's where the song ends.
That was a good little bit.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Some of that happened in the movie for sure. Some of that didn't.
Most of it didn't, but some of it did.
But you get the idea.
Dude, so what else happens?
Well, I don't know. How deep do we want to get? Like, do we want to talk about, like, because I feel like there's some mixed messages in this movie.
How about the ex-wife's daughter's a little bitch?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
She's a fucking bitch, dude.
Forget about the thing that I was just...
Listen. No, go ahead. What are you going to talk about? Making a note to edit that out.
Continue.
What were you going to say? You're writing some angry notes. What were you going to say?
I didn't have anything. I was just making a note.
Yeah. The ex-wife's daughter's Not very friendly. And also...
You covered that one. Next page.
No.
I would have been...
still on that. I'm still on that. Listen, I haven't even begun to talk about the ex-wife's fucking daughter. Okay, so... Right now, Mr. Fuzzy Pants is warming up to his real daughter, and they're getting along. Only the ex-wife and her daughter comes over to his real daughter's 5th birthday party, and the ex-wife's daughter is like filming everything, and she's like, I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel, Queen Nicole's cat channel. I'm gonna post this everywhere. And God damn. Dude, your reaction threw me off. So, Kevin Spacey is a cat in his house. Talk about that.
So, Kevin Spacey ends up as a cat in his own house, and he's doing all kinds of cat things. He's resisting eating cat food. He's peeing in... He's drinking whiskey.
That was pretty funny, actually. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying it lasted...
I know.
No, do you see this? Do you see what's happening?
That's what makes us funny, dude. That's what makes us funny. Ryan, don't get mad that, like, one bit involves both of our voices.
Andrew, just talk about the fucking movie, dude.
I'm here,
Say the next thing that happens. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it from down here.
No. I'm not going to do that.
You're not even going to talk about the movie? You're not going to finish this episode? We had probably the first...
Ryan, get back in your chair like a normal person.
We had a great episode for the first half, and you won't even finish it?
Because you ruined it. Because you're...
I ruined it?
Yeah, because you're laying on the ground. You're laying on the ground. You could save it if you get in your chair like a normal...
This is the moment that ruined it? This moment right here?
Right here.
Interesting. That this moment is the one that ruined it.
I mean, if you grab my guitar and play our intro song successfully, maybe I would say that could save us, but I'm not confident that you know a G from a C. I mean, maybe.